My child, listen carefully to the sound of my voice. I have come to warn you of something that will shake the very foundation of your house. Tomorrow morning, before the sun rises high in the sky, I will release a blessing over your son that no man, no power of darkness, and no enemy will be able to steal. This word is urgent, and it has been sealed in the heavens for this appointed hour. For too long, the enemy has tried to plant fear, confusion, and doubt in your family. He has whispered lies that your son's future will be hindered, that his path will be blocked, that he will never rise. But I, the Lord, declare to you today, those lies are broken. The assignment of the enemy has been canceled. There is a blessing prepared for your son, and it carries the weight of generation. It is not just a blessing for him, but a shift for your entire family line. By tomorrow morning, you will see the first sign of what I have promised. You must be ready, for I am about to prove to you that I am the God who keeps his word. Stay close to me as I reveal to you, step by step, the mysteries of this blessing. Do not take this lightly. What you are about to hear will prepare your heart and open the door for the miracle I have ordained. My beloved child, hear me now with the ears of your spirit. For this is not an ordinary message. I am speaking directly into the destiny of your son and into the very foundation of your family. This is not a message of chance or coincidence. This is a divine decree written before time began. I tell you with urgency, tomorrow morning, as the light of dawn breaks across the earth, a shift will occur in the unseen realm. Your son is marked by my hand, and I will place upon him a blessing that will alter the trajectory of his life. But before this blessing comes, I must warn you. The enemy has seen the approach of this miracle. He knows that when your son receives what I am about to release, chains will fall, doors will open, and a generational curse will be reversed. That is why the enemy has fought so violently against him. You have seen it, haven't you? The struggles your son faced that seemed unfair, the battles that came out of nowhere, the delays that crushed his hope, the voices that tried to convince him he was unworthy. All of these were not random attacks, but targeted strategies from the kingdom of darkness, desperate to keep him from stepping into this moment. But I, the Lord your God, say to you today, no weapon formed against your son will prosper. The very snares the enemy laid for him are now collapsing under their own weight. The schemes designed to trap him will serve only as testimony of my power when I lift him up. Tomorrow morning is not just another day. It is the appointed time of visitation. Understand this mystery. Blessings do not fall without preparation. I am calling you now to stand as a watchman over your son. Guard him in prayer. Speak life over him. Declare my promises aloud, for your words carry the authority I have placed in your mouth. As you align with my voice, you are creating the spiritual pathway for this blessing to land unhindered. I must also warn you of distraction. The enemy will attempt to sow arguments, confusion, or fear tonight to keep your eyes from expecting what I am about to do. Do not be shaken. Stand firm. Fix your heart in faith, for expectation is the key that unlocks manifestation. When tomorrow morning comes, those who are awake in the Spirit will witness what I release. And do not think lightly of this word. This is not a small blessing. It is a generational blessing. It will ripple across time, touching not only your son, but your household, your descendants, and even those connected to your family. What I pour into him will overflow into others. Through him, I will bring light into places of darkness and healing into places of pain. But I ask you this, my child, will you believe me? Will you prepare your heart tonight as though you are awaiting the arrival of a king? Will you silence the voices of doubt and lift your eyes toward heaven with confidence that I am faithful? If you do, you will see tomorrow morning as the breaking of a new era in your family. Mark my words. When the dawn comes, I will come with it. I will release peace where there was torment, strength where there was weakness, clarity where there was confusion. Your son will carry something new upon him, and others will notice the change. This is not imagination. This is not wishful thinking. This is the fulfillment of my promise. Therefore, rise in faith. Declare now with your lips that you receive this word. Proclaim that your son is blessed, that his tomorrow is secured, that his destiny cannot be stolen. For your agreement with my word activates its power in the earth. Write it down, seal it in your heart, and declare it with your mouth. My son is chosen, and tomorrow morning he will be blessed by the hand of God. If you believe this prophetic warning, if you receive it into your spirit, then type in the comments right now, "I believe my son is blessed." Let this be your declaration of faith, your agreement with heaven, and your testimony before others that you trust my promise. My child, open your heart to this truth. The family has always been the first target of the enemy. Since the beginning of time, the adversary has sought to destroy the seed, to weaken the home, and to silence the voice of sons and daughters chosen for destiny. What you have witnessed in your house, the struggles, the silent battles, the tears shed behind closed doors, they are not random. They are the evidence of a greater war that rages in the unseen realm. The enemy has always known that if he can weaken the family, he can weaken the future. If he can silence the son, he can suffocate the promise. If he can distract the father and weary the mother, he can scatter the house and cut off the inheritance I have ordained. But hear me clearly. Though the enemy has attacked, he has not prevailed. Though he has struck, he has not conquered. Though he has roared, he has not devoured. I have preserved your son through trials that could have destroyed him. I have kept him in the midnight hours when despair pressed heavily upon his spirit. I have whispered to him in moments when the voices of darkness tried to convince him he was worthless. Every attempt to destroy him has failed because my hand has been upon him. And now the reason is being revealed. His blessing is appointed for tomorrow morning. Understand this. The war over your family is not about the past, but about the future. The enemy fights hardest when a breakthrough is near. He does not waste his weapons on empty vessels. He targets those who carry destiny. Your son has been chosen as a carrier of light, and that is why the battle has been so fierce. Look back and remember how many times confusion entered your house unexpectedly, how often arguments rose from nothing, how frequently financial strain or sickness tried to break your unity. These were not mere coincidences. They were strategic attacks, designed to wear you down, to make you give up before the promise arrived. But I am the Lord, who fights for you. You have not been left defenseless, even when you did not see it. My angels encamped around your house. When the enemy tried to cross the threshold, he was stopped by the blood that marks your family as mine. When despair tried to settle in, my spirit rose up within you to push it out. Tonight, I am opening your eyes to the truth of this war. It has been fierce, but it has also been futile. For every battle only served to strengthen your faith, to purify your prayers, and to prepare the ground for the blessing I will release. Tomorrow morning, this blessing will not come as a whisper, but as a declaration. It will announce to the forces of darkness that their time of interference is over. And do not be surprised when resistance rises even now, in these final hours before the dawn. The closer the blessing, the greater the intensity of the fight. But remember this: resistance is the evidence of breakthrough. The storm before the morning is the sign that the sun is about to rise. The unrest you feel is not the end. It is the signal that a new beginning is being birthed. Lift up your head, my child. See beyond the chaos. Do not measure your future by the struggles of your past. What I am about to release will silence every accusation, overturn every curse, and restore every broken piece of your family's story. Your son is the target of the enemy because he is the target of my favor. He carries a mark upon his life, and that mark cannot be erased. Even now, angels are preparing to deliver what belongs to him. They are standing at the threshold of your house, guarding the inheritance that is on its way. I tell you this, so you will not fear, but believe. I want you to stand in your authority tonight. Lay your hands upon your son. Speak words of blessing. Declare my promises over his life. Cancel the words of death and failure that others have spoken against him. For I have given you authority as a parent, and your mouth carries power to shift the atmosphere. Tomorrow morning, when I pour my blessing over him, you will understand why the battles were so intense. You will look back and say, "Now I see why the enemy fought so hard, because this blessing is too great, too powerful, too life-changing to be stopped." Let this word be sealed in your spirit. The war over your family ends in victory. The enemy has lost his claim. The blessing is unstoppable. Your son will rise. Your household will testify of my goodness. If you believe this word, if you choose to stand in faith tonight and prepare for the dawn, then declare it openly. Type in the comments right now, "My family is protected and my son will be blessed." Let this be your stand against the enemy and your agreement with heaven. My beloved child, understand this mystery. Nothing in your life moves without first being moved in the heavens. Before the blessing touches the earth, it is released in the unseen realm. Before the miracle reaches your hands, it is commanded from my throne. And right now, even as you listen to these words, the heavens are in motion for your son. The angels I have assigned to your family have been released with orders that cannot be reversed. Their mission is sealed. Their path is clear. Their authority is greater than the resistance of the enemy. They are carrying a package from my throne, and that package has your son's name written on it. No demon in hell, no curse spoken, no jealous eye watching can intercept what I have decreed. Do you not know that I am the God who rules above all principalities and powers? I sit enthroned above the circle of the earth. The heavens are mine, and the earth is my footstool. Every authority bows before me, and every plan of darkness is undone at my command. What I have spoken, no man can silence. What I have begun, no power can stop. What I have sealed, no enemy can break. Listen carefully. Tomorrow morning, when the sun rises, it will not only be the turning of another day, it will be the unveiling of what has already been prepared in the heavens. The shift has already occurred. The decree has already been signed. The order has already been given. The manifestation is on its way, and nothing will stand in its path. This is why I have stirred your heart tonight. I do not want you to enter tomorrow unprepared. I want your spirit to be aligned with mine, so that when the blessing arrives, you will recognize it, receive it, and protect it. Too many blessings are lost because my people fail to discern the hour of visitation. But you, my child, will not miss this moment. Lift your eyes and see. The heavens are moving with urgency. Angelic hosts are descending and ascending. They are carrying prayers as incense before my throne. They are releasing answers into the earth. They are positioning circumstances, opening doors, softening hearts, and preparing the environment for your son's breakthrough. You cannot see all of it with your natural eyes, but know that it is happening with precision and power. Even now, certain people are being moved out of the way, for they were obstacles to your son's future. Others are being drawn closer, for they carry the keys to unlock opportunities I have prepared for him. Situations that seem delayed are about to accelerate, because my timing is perfect. What looked like a closed path will suddenly open, because I am the God who makes a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert. Do not despise the waiting, for the waiting has been working. While you wondered if I was silent, I was moving in ways you could not yet see. While you questioned the delays, I was aligning the puzzle pieces of destiny. If I had given the blessing too soon, it would have been wasted. If I had released it before the right hour, it would not have borne fruit. But now, the heavens have aligned, and the moment has come. Your son will not just receive a blessing, he will step into a divine appointment. This blessing carries weight, authority, and permanence. It is not like the fleeting things of this world that fade quickly. What I am releasing is eternal in its impact. It will mark him. It will mark your family. It will be spoken of as a turning point, the day when heaven touched your household in a way that could not be denied. But hear me clearly. When the heavens move, the earth must respond. You cannot remain passive in this hour. I call you to position yourself in prayer. I call you to declare aloud my promises over your son. I call you to enter into tomorrow morning with expectation. Wake with faith, not with fear. Greet the dawn as though you are greeting the arrival of a king. For indeed, the King of Glory is moving on behalf of your son. Do not allow unbelief to rob you of what is coming. The enemy will whisper tonight, "It is too good to be true." He will say, "Nothing will change." He will try to plant doubt to weaken your faith. Reject these lies. Remember the battles your son has already survived. Remember the times I have already proven myself faithful. If I sustained him until this hour, will I not also bless him in the next? Even creation itself is groaning, waiting for the manifestation of my sons and daughters. Tomorrow morning, creation will witness a shift. The air will carry it. The light of dawn will announce it, and your spirit will feel it. The heavens are not only moving, they are converging upon your house with favor. Prepare the atmosphere. Let your home be filled with worship. Let your heart be filled with gratitude. Speak words of life over your son as he rests tonight. For while he sleeps, I am preparing his tomorrow. Mark this word: the blessing is closer than you think. The breakthrough is already underway. The heavens are moving, and nothing can stop what I have commanded. Now, my child, I ask you to join your faith with mine. Do not keep this silent. Make a declaration now. Type in the comments, "The heavens are moving for my son." Details, let this be the seal of your faith, your agreement with my word, and your testimony that you are ready for the dawn. My beloved child, understand this mystery. Nothing in your life moves without first being moved in the heavens. Before the blessing touches the earth, it is released in the unseen realm. Before the miracle reaches your hands, it is commanded from my throne. And right now, even as you listen to these words, the heavens are in motion for your son. The angels I have assigned to your family have been released with orders that cannot be reversed. Their mission is sealed. Their path is clear. Their authority is greater than the resistance of the enemy. They are carrying a package from my throne, and that package has your son's name written on it. No demon in hell, no curse spoken, no jealous eye watching can intercept what I have decreed. Do you not know that I am the God who rules above all principalities and powers? I sit enthroned above the circle of the earth. The heavens are mine, and the earth is my footstool. Every authority bows before me, and every plan of darkness is undone at my command. What I have spoken, no man can silence. What I have begun, no power can stop. What I have sealed, no enemy can break. Listen carefully. Tomorrow morning, when the sun rises, it will not only be the turning of another day, it will be the unveiling of what has already been prepared in the heavens. The shift has already occurred. The decree has already been signed. The order has already been given. The manifestation is on its way, and nothing will stand in its path. This is why I have stirred your heart tonight. I do not want you to enter tomorrow unprepared. I want your spirit to be aligned with mine, so that when the blessing arrives, you will recognize it, receive it, and protect it. Too many blessings are lost because my people fail to discern the hour of visitation. But you, my child, will not miss this moment. Lift your eyes and see. The heavens are moving with urgency. Angelic hosts are descending and ascending. They are carrying prayers as incense before my throne. They are releasing answers into the earth. They are positioning circumstances, opening doors, softening hearts, and preparing the environment for your son's breakthrough. You cannot see all of it with your natural eyes, but know that it is happening with precision and power. Even now, certain people are being moved out of the way, for they were obstacles to your son's future. Others are being drawn closer, for they carry the keys to unlock opportunities I have prepared for him. Situations that seem delayed are about to accelerate, because my timing is perfect. What looked like a closed path will suddenly open, because I am the God who makes a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert. Do not despise the waiting, for the waiting has been working. While you wondered if I was silent, I was moving in ways you could not yet see. While you questioned the delays, I was aligning the puzzle pieces of destiny. If I had given the blessing too soon, it would have been wasted. If I had released it before the right hour, it would not have borne fruit. But now, the heavens have aligned, and the moment has come. Your son will not just receive a blessing, he will step into a divine appointment. This blessing carries weight, authority, and permanence. It is not like the fleeting things of this world that fade quickly. What I am releasing is eternal in its impact. It will mark him. It will mark your family. It will be spoken of as a turning point, the day when heaven touched your household in a way that could not be denied. But hear me clearly. When the heavens move, the earth must respond. You cannot remain passive in this hour. I call you to position yourself in prayer. I call you to declare aloud my promises over your son. I call you to enter into tomorrow morning with expectation. Wake with faith, not with fear. Greet the dawn as though you are greeting the arrival of a king. For indeed, the King of Glory is moving on behalf of your son. Do not allow unbelief to rob you of what is coming. The enemy will whisper tonight, "It is too good to be true." He will say, "Nothing will change." He will try to plant doubt, to weaken your faith. Reject these lies. Remember the battles your son has already survived. Remember the times I have already proven myself faithful. If I sustained him until this hour, will I not also bless him in the next? Even creation itself is groaning, waiting for the manifestation of my sons and daughters. Tomorrow morning, creation will witness a shift. The air will carry it, the light of dawn will announce it, and your spirit will feel it. The heavens are not only moving, they are converging upon your house with favor. Prepare the atmosphere. Let your home be filled with worship. Let your heart be filled with gratitude. Speak words of life over your son as he rests tonight. For while he sleeps, I am preparing his tomorrow. Mark this word. The blessing is closer than you think. The breakthrough is already underway. The heavens are moving, and nothing can stop what I have commanded. Now, my child, I ask you to join your faith with mine. Do not keep this silent. Make a declaration now. Type in the comments, "The heavens are moving for my son." Let this be the seal of your faith, your agreement with my word, and your testimony that you are ready for the dawn. My beloved, listen carefully, for this word carries a secret that will awaken your faith. Tomorrow morning is not like every other morning. It is a prophetic appointment, written in the scrolls of eternity before you were even born. The heavens have assigned this moment, and the earth will bear witness to it. Your son is about to step into a blessing so evident, so undeniable, that even those who doubted him will have no choice but to see my hand upon his life. From the beginning of creation, I ordained the morning as a sign of new beginnings. Each sunrise is more than light breaking the night. It is a prophetic reminder that no darkness lasts forever. I set the cycle of night and day to declare a truth. No matter how long the night, the morning must come. And tomorrow's morning is carrying more than just light. It is carrying a divine announcement. This announcement is not for the whole world, but for you, for your son, for your household. When the dawn rises, it will be a sign that the time of hidden preparation has ended, and the time of visible blessing has begun. The sign of the morning will not be just in the sky, it will be in your son's life. Pay attention, my child, for tomorrow you will notice things that seem small, but they are evidence of my movement. Do not dismiss them. The way he wakes with unusual peace, the way favor opens before him without explanation, the sudden clarity in his mind where there was confusion, the unexpected opportunity the unplanned encounter, the shift in his atmosphere, all these will be signs that the blessing has begun to manifest. Some will ask, how can I know that this is from God and not my imagination? And I tell you, the sign of the morning will carry my fingerprint. It will align perfectly with the prayers you have been lifting before me. It will bear fruit that brings peace, not chaos. It will confirm what I have whispered to you in secret. It will strengthen your faith, not weaken it. And it will bless not only your son, but it will bring hope and joy to your entire family. Do not underestimate the power of a single morning. Have I not turned entire nations with a single day? Have I not raised kings in a single dawn? Have I not rolled away the stone from the grave of my son on the morning of resurrection? Do you not see? Mornings are the womb of miracle, the place where destiny emerges and where the night of despair is overturned. Tomorrow morning is marked for resurrection in your house. Resurrection of dreams, resurrection of hope, resurrection of your son's future. You have cried long nights wondering if change would ever come. You have asked me in silence, Lord, when will the promise be fulfilled? I have heard every tear, and I have treasured every prayer. And now I declare to you, the waiting is over. The morning is here. There will be a sign so personal, so specific, that you will know without a doubt that it is me. It may be in His words, it may be in His actions, it may be in the doors that suddenly open, but it will be undeniable. And when you see it, I want you to remember this moment and know that I, the Lord, have been faithful to my word. Guard your spirit tonight, for the adversary will try to blind you to the sign. He will say, it is nothing. He will tell you to dismiss it, to overlook it, to forget it. Do not listen. Be alert. Be sensitive. For the blessing of tomorrow morning begins with a sign, and the sign will lead to overflow. When you see it, rejoice. Speak aloud your thanksgiving. Testify of my goodness. For your declaration will seal the blessing and expand its reach. The more you give thanks, the more doors will open. Gratitude multiplies what faith received. And I tell you this, the sign of the morning is only the beginning. Tomorrow will be the seed, but the harvest will stretch far beyond. What begins in one moment will grow into a testimony that will echo across years. Your son's life will be marked, and others will be drawn to the light he carries. He will not just be blessed, he will become a blessing. Now I ask you, will you believe this word? Will you watch for the sign? Will you prepare tonight as though you are waiting for the arrival of a king? For if you do, tomorrow morning will not catch you by surprise. It will find you ready, expectant, and full of faith. Do not doubt, my child. The same God who split the Red Sea, who shut the mouths of lions, who sent manna from heaven, who rolled away the stone, is the same God speaking to you now. If I was faithful then, I will be faithful now. If I kept my promises to generations past, I will keep my promise to you. Tomorrow morning, watch closely. The sign will come, and when it does, lift your hands, lift your voice, and declare to everyone who will listen, this is the day the Lord has made. My son is blessed, and we will rejoice in it. Seal this word with your faith right now. If you are ready to see the sign of the morning, then type in the comments, I am ready for the morning blessing. Let the world see your faith. Let heaven record your declaration, and let the enemy tremble at your confidence in me. My beloved child, hear my voice with clarity, for I am about to reveal to you the depth of my covenant concerning your son. Do not take these words lightly, for they are eternal truths written in my word and sealed in my heart. From the beginning, I have made a promise. The seed of the righteous shall be blessed. This is not merely a hope nor a possibility. It is an unshakable decree from the throne of heaven. When I created the family, I declared it to be a vessel of blessing, a channel through which my goodness would flow from generation to generation. Your son is not an accident, nor is his life a mistake. He is the fulfillment of promise, the continuation of a legacy that I myself have authored. The world may try to label him, the enemy may attempt to mark him with lies, but my promise overrides every earthly label. He is mine, and I will establish his future. Do you not remember the words I spoke through my prophets? Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your young men shall see visions. I have not withdrawn my spirit from the children of my people. Even now, my hand rests upon your son. He may not yet see the fullness of what I am doing, but destiny is shaping him, molding him, preparing him. The struggles you have seen in his life were not signs of my absence, but evidence of the calling he carries. For where there is great calling, there will be great resistance. Where there is a powerful destiny, there will be an intense battle. But the battle is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign of value. The enemy only fights what threatens his kingdom. And your son, marked by my spirit, is a threat to the works of darkness. My promises for him are many, but I will unveil a few to you now, so your heart may be anchored in faith as you await tomorrow morning's blessing. First, I promise protection. Your son is surrounded by my angels, even when he walks into places of danger. How many times has he been spared from accidents, from traps, from decisions that could have destroyed him? You thought it was coincidence, but it was my hand. I have commanded my angels concerning him, to guard him in all his ways. Second, I promise provision. The days of lack will not define him. Even if he has walked through seasons of scarcity, I am preparing a table of abundance. I will open doors of opportunity. I will release favor before him. I will cause resources to find him. For he is not called to be a beggar, but a testimony of my provision. Tomorrow morning is the beginning of financial doors that will shift not only his life, but your entire household. Third, I promise purpose. Your son will not wander aimlessly without direction. Though confusion has tried to cloud his path, I will give him clarity. I will plant in his heart a vision, a calling, a mission greater than himself. He will rise with strength, and people will look at him and see my hand. He is not destined for failure. He is destined to walk in the works I prepared before he was even born. Fourth, I promise peace. The torment that has tried to unsettle his mind, the anxiety that has tried to weigh down his spirit, will be silenced. I will clothe him with peace that surpasses understanding. He will walk with a calmness that others cannot explain. His nights of restlessness will become nights of rest. His mornings of heaviness will turn into mornings of joy. And finally, I promise posterity. Through him, blessing will not end. He will carry the torch of faith, and the generations after him will be touched by what I am doing in his life. What begins tomorrow morning will ripple into the future, touching children yet unborn. For I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of generations, and I do not bless one without blessing the seed that follows. Hold these promises close, my child. Repeat them over your son. Speak them aloud so that he hears them, and so that the atmosphere around him is filled with my word. For your agreement with my promise activates its power on earth. Do not be discouraged by what your natural eyes see. You may see weakness, but I see potential. You may see mistakes, but I see redemption. You may see immaturity, but I see destiny unfolding. Trust my timing, for I am never late. When tomorrow morning comes, you will understand why I allowed certain delays, why I permitted certain trials, why I kept certain doors closed. It was never rejection. It was preparation for something greater. Your son is the apple of my eye, and I will not abandon him. Even if he strays, I will pursue him. Even if he falters, I will lift him. Even if the world turns against him, my covenant remains. I am faithful, and I will fulfill every word spoken over his life. But I call you now to partner with me. Stand in faith, not fear. Declare blessing, not curses. See with the eyes of the Spirit, not with the eyes of flesh. For as you believe, so shall it be established. Tomorrow morning will be the beginning of the manifestation. but your faith will determine the measure of overflow. Do not withhold your agreement. Seal this word now with your mouth. Declare with boldness that your son is blessed, protected, provided for, filled with purpose, and destined for peace. If you believe my promises for your son, if you choose to stand on this word, then type in the comments right now, "I receive God's promises for my son." Let your declaration rise like incense before my throne. Let it silence the voice of the enemy. Let it testify that you and your house belong to the Lord. Restoration of the family inheritance. My child, listen with the ears of your spirit, for what I am about to reveal is a mystery hidden for generations. Your son is not only about to receive a personal blessing, he is about to step into the restoration of an inheritance that has been broken, delayed, or stolen in your bloodline. This blessing will reach back into the past, touch your present, and extend far into the future. From the beginning, I established families as carriers of inheritance, not merely physical possessions, but spiritual legacy, authority, favor, and destiny. Yet throughout the generations, the enemy has worked tirelessly to rob families of their inheritance. He has used cycles of poverty, sickness, division, addiction, failure, and confusion to keep my people from walking in the fullness of what was theirs. Perhaps you have seen it in your own family line, doors that never seemed to open, blessings that slipped away, opportunities lost, repeated struggles that appeared in one generation after another. These were not coincidences, but curses, snares, and traps. But hear me now. Tomorrow morning marks the breaking of these cycles, for I am restoring what has been lost. Your son stands as a turning point in your bloodline. The blessing I am releasing upon him is not only for him, but for your entire family tree. What others in the past forfeited, he will recover. What was delayed for decades will accelerate through him. What was stolen will be returned sevenfold, for I am the God who redeems time and restores what the locusts have devoured. Understand this: restoration does not mean returning to the old. It means I will give back in multiplied measure, greater than what was lost. I will open doors that your ancestors longed for but never saw. I will bring honor where shame had taken root. I will release prosperity where poverty had lingered. I will raise voices of praise where silence and despair once reigned. Your family inheritance has always been greater than material wealth. It includes the gift of faith, the anointing of prayer, the mantle of leadership, the call to be a blessing among nations. The enemy tried to bury these treasures, but he could not destroy them. They have been preserved in the heavens, waiting for an appointed vessel. And now your son is chosen to carry them forward. Look back for a moment and see. Can you not trace the pattern? In your family history, there were dreamers whose dreams never came to pass, workers who toiled but never saw the fruit, voices that carried promise but were silenced too soon. Yet even in their struggles, seeds were sown. Those seeds have not died. They are now sprouting in your son. He will reap where others sowed. He will walk through doors others could not enter. He will finish what others began. This is the power of generational restoration. I am not just blessing one person. I am rewriting the story of a family. I am taking what was fractured and making it whole. I am redeeming wasted years, missed opportunities, and broken legacy. Tomorrow morning, when the blessing begins to manifest, you will sense a shift in the atmosphere. It will feel as though a heavy weight has lifted, as though chains invisible to the natural eye have fallen away. You will see in your son a confidence, a strength, a clarity that was not there before. This is the evidence of restoration. And restoration is not only about him, it will overflow into you, into siblings, into grandchildren, into every branch of your family tree. You will see reconciliation where there was division. You will see peace where there was strife. You will see new beginnings where there was barrenness. I am not restoring one area, I am restoring all. But I must warn you, when restoration begins, the enemy will attempt to resist. He will try to remind you of the failures of the past. He will whisper that nothing has truly changed. Do not believe him. His power is broken. His accusations are empty. His time is over. Stand firm and declare, "My family inheritance is restored." Speak it over your house, over your son, over your bloodline. For your words are seeds that will water the ground of restoration. The more you declare, the more you will see. I am restoring honor to your family name. Where it has been spoken in shame, it will be spoken with respect. Where doors were once closed to your family, they will now swing wide. Where others turned their backs, they will now extend their hands. For I am the God who lifts up the lowly and crowns them with favor. Do not underestimate the magnitude of what I am doing. This is not only about tomorrow morning, it is about the future of generation. Through your son, I am planting a new story, one that will be told for decades to come. His children will walk in greater blessing because of what begins now. His grandchildren will inherit not cycles of pain, but cycles of promise. The curse is broken, and the blessing is restored. Mark this well. Tomorrow morning will be the day heaven reclaims the inheritance of your family. You will look back at this moment and say, "That was the morning everything changed." Now, my child, I ask you to partner with this restoration. Do not allow doubt to steal it. Do not speak words of death over what I am birthing. Instead, lift your voice in agreement. Declare what I have spoken. Celebrate it even before you see it. For faith is the key that unlocks the storehouse of heaven. If you believe this word, if you are ready to see restoration flow through your son and into your entire family, then type in the comments right now, "My family inheritance is restored." Let this be the banner of your faith, the proclamation that heaven hears, the declaration that breaks the last hold of the enemy. Protection against envy and the evil eye. My child, listen carefully, for the blessing I am releasing tomorrow morning upon your son will be so visible, so undeniable, that it will draw attention. Some will rejoice with you. Some will celebrate what I am doing, but others will feel envy rise in their hearts. The evil eye will attempt to look upon him with jealousy, with curses unspoken, with silent hatred. But I, the Lord, tell you this day, do not fear, for I myself will be a wall of fire around him and glory in his midst. Envy has always been a weapon of the enemy. From the beginning of time, Cain envied Abel, Saul envied David, the Pharisees envied my son. Envy drives men to destroy what they cannot possess, to curse what they cannot control, to resist what they cannot understand. But every act of envy against your son will be turned into a testimony of my protection. I see the thoughts of men before they are spoken. I know the words whispered in secret. I discern the looks, the glances, the intentions behind every smile. And I declare to you now, no curse spoken in envy will land on your son. No evil eye will pierce through the shield I place around him. No hidden plot will prosper, for I am his defender. The blessing I am sending tomorrow morning will not only elevate him, it will expose those who harbor jealousy in their hearts. Light reveals what darkness tries to hide, and when envy rises, it will not touch him, but it will reveal those who are not truly for him. Do not be troubled when this happens. Do not mourn when certain relationships shift. This is not loss, it is protection. I remove the pretenders so the authentic can remain. Understand this. Envy is powerless against a life covered by my blood. The evil eye may watch, but it cannot cross the line of my covenant. Witchcraft may be spoken, but it will return to the sender. Curses may be whispered, but they will fall powerless to the ground. Your son is sealed, guarded, and hidden in me. I will place angels around him like walls of flame. Wherever he goes, they will go. Whatever he touches, they will guard. When he walks into rooms, my favor will rest upon him, and those who envy him will not understand how he continues to prosper in spite of their hatred. This is the testimony I will give him. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, Do not fear the power of envy, for greater is the power of blessing. The evil eye can only watch, but it cannot undo what I have decreed. What I bless, no man can curse. What I open, no one can shut. The oil I pour tomorrow morning will not be touched by human hands. It is sealed in heaven, and it will flow continually. But I must warn you, my child, protect your son's heart as well. When blessings increase, pride can creep in, and pride opens doors to the enemy. Teach him to walk in humility, to give me glory for every breakthrough, to honor others even when they dishonor him. For humility is the cloak that keeps the blessings safe. Envy cannot land on a humble spirit, for humility reflects my character. And hear this, I will also protect him from self-envy, the lies of the enemy that cause a man to envy his own past, his own failures, his own limitation. I will silence the voice that tells him he is not enough, that he is unworthy, that he is less than others. I will clothe him with confidence, rooted not in pride, but in my promise. Do not think that I have left your family unprotected. Even now, I am building invisible fortresses around your house. I am breaking generational ties to witchcraft and jealousy. I am cutting cords of envy that stretched across years, where one relative envied another, where one generation resented the next. That cycle ends with you. Tomorrow morning, when the blessing falls, you will notice a divine shield around your son. People may notice his favor, but they will not be able to harm it. They may talk, but their words will evaporate like smoke. They may plot, but their plans will collapse before they even begin. For I am the God who frustrates the plans of the enemy and brings them to nothing. Do not waste your time worrying about who envies you. Lift your eyes to me. Focus not on the eyes of man, but on the eyes of heaven that watch over you with love. For I am the one who blesses, and I am the one who protects. My child, know this. Envy is the enemy's counterfeit for admiration. When people envy, it is because they see something they cannot deny. They see my hand, but they do not want to honor it. Let their envy become your evidence. The greater the envy, the greater the testimony that my blessing is real. So tomorrow morning, when you see the shift, do not fear the envy. Celebrate the blessing. Teach your son to give me glory, to remain humble, to guard his heart in prayer. As long as he walks with me, no eye of hatred will prevail. And I say to you, speak protection aloud tonight. Lay your hand upon your son and declare, no curse shall touch him, no evil eye shall harm him, no envy shall rob him. For your words, filled with faith, are like swords that cut down invisible chains. Tomorrow morning, the blessing will fall like rain. But unlike rain that disappears, this blessing will soak deep into his spirit, and no man can take it away. Envy may come like wind, but it will only prove that the roots of this blessing are too deep to be shaken. Now, my child, I ask you once more, will you believe me? Will you stand in faith, knowing that the one who blesses is also the one who protects? Do not let fear steal your joy. Rejoice even in the face of envy, for the blessing is stronger, greater, eternal. If you receive this word, if you believe that your son is surrounded by divine protection, then type in the comments right now, no envy, no curse, no evil eye can touch my son. Let this be your declaration. Let it echo in heaven. Silence the enemy and prepare your heart for tomorrow's miracle. My beloved child, incline your ear and receive my word, for I am about to reveal what I have stored for your son. Tomorrow morning, as my blessing is released, a new door will swing open before him. This is not an ordinary door. This is not the kind of opportunity that men create and men can take away. This is a door that I, the Lord, have set in place. And when I open a door, no man, no power, no spirit of poverty can shut it. For too long, your family has wrestled with lack. For too long, your son has seen limitation. He has dreamed of more, but found himself restrained by closed doors, empty hands, and delayed opportunities. He has wondered if he would ever rise above the weight of scarcity, if he would ever taste the abundance he longed for. But I tell you now, the season of restriction is ending, and the season of provision is beginning. I am the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. The silver is mine. The gold is mine. The resources of the earth belong to me. Do you not think I can release them into the hands of your son? Do you not believe I can command prosperity to find him, no matter where he stands? Tomorrow morning, the current will shift. Where resources were withheld, they will begin to flow. Where opportunities were blocked, they will begin to open. Where favor was denied, it will suddenly be granted. I will release ideas into his mind, ideas that create wealth, ideas that solve problems, ideas that attract opportunity. I will bring people into his path who carry keys he could never find on his own. Investors, helpers, mentors, and even strangers will be stirred in their spirit to bless him, to support him, to open doors that were once locked. Understand this: prosperity is not just about money. It is about wholeness, peace, and abundance in every area. I will prosper his health. I will prosper his relationship. I will prosper his work. And yes, I will prosper his hands financially, so that he may live without the chains of debt and fear. For I did not create him to be a borrower all his life. I created him to be a lender, a giver, a testimony of my provision. But I must warn you, my child, prosperity carries responsibility. When I open these doors, I will also test his heart. Will he honor me with the first fruits of his increase? Will he remember that it is I who gave him power to create wealth? Will he use what I give him to bless others, to build, to heal, to extend my kingdom? If he remains humble, the doors will remain open. But if pride enters, if greed consumes, if he forgets me, the flow will slow. Teach him to hold wealth with open hands, not clenched fists. For what he gives, I will multiply. Tomorrow morning will be a seed. The blessing may not appear as overflowing riches in a single day. It may come as an idea, a meeting, a phone call, an opportunity so small it could be overlooked. But do not despise the small beginnings, for in the seed is the harvest. What begins tomorrow will grow, multiply, expand, and overflow until it impacts not only your son, but your entire family and generations after him. Do you remember how Joseph was favored in Egypt? Doors of prosperity opened for him in a foreign land, and through him, an entire nation was fed. Do you remember how Isaac sowed in famine and reaped 100-fold in the same year? Prosperity is not dependent on the economy, nor the system of man. It flows from my covenant, and I declare today that your son stands under that covenant. There are treasures hidden in darkness, riches stored in secret places, and I am about to release them. I will surprise you with the ways I provide. Money owed will be returned. Doors once closed will reopen. Unexpected streams will flow. Contracts, promotions, inheritances, and blessings will begin to move toward him. For I am the God who makes rivers in the desert and streams in the wasteland. And when others look at him and ask, "How did this happen? How did he prosper so quickly? How did doors open for him that remained closed for others?" He will answer with one truth: the Lord has done this. His prosperity will be a testimony, not just a possession. It will silence the voices of those who mocked him. It will humble those who envied him. It will inspire those who doubted him. My child, do not think small. Do not limit me to the size of your bank account, the wage of a job, or the promise of men. I am limitless. I can raise one up in a day. I can cancel debts in a moment. I can cause provision to flow from the least expected places. I am the same God who fed my people with manna from heaven, who sent ravens to feed my prophet, who filled the jars of a widow until they overflowed. And I will do it again for your son. But I call you now. Prepare the atmosphere. Teach your son to speak words of abundance, not words of lack. Teach him to thank me even before the doors open. Teach him to live generously, for generosity breaks the chains of greed and unlocks continuous provision. Do not be afraid when prosperity comes. Some will question it, some will accuse, some will say it is not from me, but you will know by the peace it brings, by the fruit it bears, by the testimony it carries. For the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and it adds no sorrow with it. Tomorrow morning, when the blessing begins, you may not see the full harvest yet, but you will feel the shift. Something will stir in your spirit. Your son will sense a new confidence. Doors that seemed impossible will suddenly look open. Opportunities that seemed dead will come alive. And this will be the sign. The doors of prosperity have been unlocked. Walk through them with boldness. Encourage your son not to fear. What I give, I sustain. What I open, I protect. What I release, no enemy can steal. Now, my child, if you believe this word, if you are ready to see prosperity flow into your son's life, then type in the comments right now. The doors of prosperity are open for my son. Let this be your proclamation of faith. Let it rise before me as a declaration that you trust my promise. And as you declare it, watch as the doors begin to swing wide. My child, incline your heart to me, for I am about to unveil a truth you must understand. Blessings cannot flow freely until chains are broken. For years, unseen forces have tried to restrain your son. Cords of darkness have wrapped around him, attempting to hold him back from his appointed destiny. Cycles of delay, confusion, fear, and bondage have whispered in his ear, telling him he is not worthy, telling him he is not capable, telling him his future is closed. But I, the Lord, declare to you tonight, tomorrow morning, those chains will shatter, and deliverance will come. Do not think lightly of this, for spiritual oppression is real. Many live their lives unaware of the invisible prisons that hold them. They labor, yet never reap. They strive, yet never succeed. They take steps forward, only to be dragged backward. Have you not seen this in your son? Times when he worked hard, yet the results slipped away? Moments when doors opened, only to close without reason? This was not mere coincidence. These were chains forged in the unseen realm, designed to delay, to frustrate, to weaken. But now I come as the deliverer. I come as the one who breaks every yoke, who tears down every prison wall, who silences every tormenting voice. My spirit is moving, and the fire of my presence will consume every rope, every shackle, every invisible barrier around your son. For whom the Son sets free is free indeed. Tomorrow morning will mark the end of captivity. I will visit your house with power, and the atmosphere will shift. The heaviness that tried to cling to your son will lift. The thoughts that tormented him will fade. The voices that accused him will be silenced. He will rise with clarity, with peace, with strength he did not know he carried. For I am the Lord, and where my spirit is, there is liberty. Do you not remember how I delivered Israel from Egypt? 400 years of bondage ended in one night. Do you not recall how I delivered Daniel from the lion's den? Do you not see how I broke Paul and Silas out of prison with an earthquake at midnight? Deliverance does not take years. It takes my word, and I have spoken. Your son is free. But know this, deliverance is not only about what is removed, but about what is replaced. When chains fall, I fill the void with my spirit. When curses are broken, I seal the gap with blessing. Tomorrow morning, I will not only break the power of delay, confusion, and fear. I will also release acceleration, clarity, and boldness. Where he once hesitated, he will now move forward. Where he once doubted, he will now believe. Where he once feared, he will now conquer. My child, I have seen the hidden tears you cried for your son. I have heard the prayers you whispered when no one else was listening. You begged me to intervene, to rescue him, to lift him out of the pit. Know this, not one prayer has been wasted. Not one tear has fallen unnoticed. I have gathered them all, and they have become the weapon that breaks his chains. The enemy tried to claim him, but he belongs to me. The adversary tried to trap him, but I have marked him with my blood. The kingdom of darkness trembles because they know their hold is finished. Deliverance is not coming in part. It is coming in full. There were altars in your family line, altars of sin, of idolatry, of rebellion. These altars gave the enemy legal ground to oppress your bloodline. But I declare to you today, those altars are torn down. I am building a new altar in your house, an altar of worship, of praise, of covenant. And from this altar, rivers of blessing will flow to your son and to generations after him. Tomorrow morning, watch closely. There may be a sign, a deep peace in his sleep, a word of hope on his lips, a sudden lightness in his spirit. Do not dismiss it. These are marks of deliverance. You will notice a difference. The struggles that once bound him will lose their grip. The temptations that once ensnared him will weaken. The habits that once controlled him will be broken. For I am not only delivering him from oppression, I am delivering him into purpose. And I tell you this, the deliverance of your son will not be hidden. Others will notice. They will say, he has changed. He is not the same. They will marvel at the freedom he walks in. And you will testify, it was the Lord who delivered him. Do not fear if the enemy tries to roar one last time. Sometimes when chains break, the sound of their snapping is loud. Do not mistake the noise of resistance for defeat. The louder the noise, the greater the proof that deliverance has occurred. Stand firm. Declare victory. Remind the enemy that the blood of Jesus speaks louder than his accusation. Teach your son to walk in this freedom. Encourage him to guard his heart, to fill his mind with my word, to surround himself with voices of faith. For deliverance is not only an event, it is a lifestyle, and as long as he abides in me, he will remain free. Your family will see a turning point tomorrow morning. The cycles of failure end here. The curses of delay end here. The torment of oppression ends here. Your son will walk in a liberty that others before him never knew. And this freedom will ripple outward, touching siblings, relatives, and generations unborn. Now, my child, I ask you, do you believe? Will you stand with me tonight and declare the freedom of your son? For your declaration seals the deliverance in the earth. If you believe this word, if you are ready to see every chain broken from your son's life, then type in the comments right now, "My son is free in the name of Jesus." Let it be written in heaven. Let it echo in the earth. Let it silence the enemy once and for all. My beloved child, the word has been spoken. The heavens have been stirred. The blessing for your son is already on its way. Tomorrow morning will not be like any other. It will be the dawn of transformation, the day when chains break, doors open, and promises come alive. You have heard my warnings, you have received my revelations, and now I call you to stand in faith. Do not doubt, do not delay, and do not dismiss what I am doing. Watch with open eyes, pray with expectation. Speak life into your son, for this is the moment you have been waiting for, the answer to the tears you shed, the fulfillment of the prayers you prayed. Remember, what begins tomorrow morning will not end tomorrow morning. It will grow, multiply, overflow, and ripple into generations. Your son will not just be blessed, he will be a carrier of blessing, a testimony of my power, a vessel of my glory. Now I call you to act. Seal this word with your declaration of faith. Write it boldly in the comments. I received this prophetic word for my son. Let heaven record it. Let the earth hear it. Let the enemy see it and tremble. And I ask you, do not keep this word to yourself. Share it, so others may also be prepared, so other families may also be delivered, so other sons and daughters may also be blessed. For what I am doing in your house, I desire to do in many. If this message has touched your heart, if you have felt my spirit speaking to you, then subscribe to this channel. Remain connected, for more words from heaven are yet to come. Do not walk alone. Walk in the flow of revelation, Walk in the river of prophecy. Walk in the stream of blessing. My child, this is your hour. This is your moment. The blessing is at the door. Be ready, be faithful, be watchful, for I am the Lord, and I have spoken. Driri Sananhag, write in the comments now. I receive this prophetic word for my son. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss another message from heaven. Share this word with others so that they too may be prepared for the miracle. The dawn is near. Be ready.